Hello Vampire Army, this is Ben from Ben's Videos, and today I will be making a very important video. A very special, important video about spirit. It's something wanted to clarify for a while now, and now I'll finally be able to do it. Is what happened to this Spirit Halloween stuff right here. I've been wanting to clarify this, and I have now got to do it. Because we got these new props that are awful. These awful lackluster stuff. And now we have, and compare this stuff right here, which is much better. This thing in front of me is stuff from 2012, the Terror Mill, which is one of the best themes in my opinion from Spirit Halloween. And I will be showing you clips and videos of these props, these new ones and old ones. And I will be talking about things that have made them terrible. And that brings me to my first point, which will be pretty much an important part, is pricing. Pricing has gone up a lot now. Pricing quality has been a big pain. Back in like about 15 years ago or so, it was way cheaper. It was only about maybe 12 years ago. I don't know, but it was a lot cheaper. It was only like $100 some and stuff. And now they have prices up to like 400 something, which is very expensive. And I don't know if I will be even spending my money at Spirit Halloween this year because the pricing of the props. Because some of these props have been, for the last couple years, returning each year that have been very lackluster, I would say. And they're not even scary, some of them. And that brings me to my second point, which is very important, is the quality. I'll be talking about them first, and then some of these props are very bad. Like, some of them are built with missing parts, broken pieces, missing triggers, everything. Like, I know you have to put batteries in them. That's something that makes sense. But anything else is just terrible. I think they need to really fix Spirit. They've been having to do that for a while, and some of these props, especially in the winter, you have to store them down in your basement, attic, whatever. Which, in my room, I keep my stuff is pretty clean, actually. I don't have a room that's disgusting. Because I have a room that's actually completely different. Look. There's some missing ceiling tiles up here, but unlike some rooms that are disgusting in a way. Like, some of these props do have very bad stuff. Now we are going to move to other things, which this might be another big one. I don't think this one's going to be as important, but I think it is still super important. I think it's still a little important. So the sneak peeks, okay? They come out in June. We've already got our first wave already for 2026, which have been good. Like, some of these props are good this year, and some of them are bad. There's only one good clown prop this year, which is literally Crackles. And the rest so far have sucked, especially Wind Up Wally. Yes, you can go ahead and go bonkers on me and say, oh, Wind Up Wally, he's the best in the world. No, he's not. Like, some people think he is the best prop of all time. I do not think. I think he might actually be one of the worst, actually, we've had in the last couple of years. In the last 3 years, we've actually had one good year, which was 2023. In terms of props, there was only really one lackluster giant Happy Meal toy, which was Stilts. We are not going to count the online stuff, just the in-store stuff. Just Stilts was the only bad one really there. The rest were at least decent and scary. Alright. And that brings me to my other point about the lighting. So lighting with these themes, like a while ago, it was way darker in the stores. If you look back, I will take you back to these years. We got the Terror Mill. It was a lot creepy and darker here. And I will take you now to the Spirit Asylum and show you how dark it was too. So we got the Asylum. Like, these props were some objectively creepy props. So like, and the lighting in the store was good, and the animatronics fit the theme. Like Convulsing Nurse and Death Row were some big ones. See? Okay, and they add back the very creepy zombie babies, which were a big thing. Now I'm showing you all this. I'll show you how bad Spirit's been doing now. And I will be showing you now an example of what pure terrible is now. So, pretty much not scary. Props not scary. Props objectively suck. So like 2022 maybe it'd be good, or I'll show you now on some recent years that I don't like. Obviously in the 20s. I have a perfect example. We got last year. Now these props were just not good. Alright, the front part was scary enough. I like that part, but some of the other props just didn't fit the theme. And the lighting. Okay, I will be pausing this as a video on Spirit. I will be showing you all the stuff, and I will be playing the video, and I will be pausing it and showing you all the bad stuff. So now we got to play the video. Now this is one of the better parts of it, but we got the bad parts. I know this part wasn't part of the main ISC, but I will still name this prop out anyways because it was a horrible prop that year, which was the Young He, which has nothing to do with Halloween. Why would someone put a Squid Game doll to Spirit Halloween? Makes no sense. They should be putting real props like skeletons, zombies, and witches, and werewolves. And they should also be adding like horror characters like Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees. Which they're having a Jason Voorhees prop this year, which is something I've been wanting for a while now. They're finally doing that, and a Michael Myers prop this year. I know they have Freddy Fazbear, which I haven't really seen yet. Something else that I think I've wanted to see for a while with jumping spiders has been a green jumping spider, which they finally have one. So let's keep playing the video. So like one of the constant motion props that move back and forth, like Pumpkin Patch Prowler would be a perfect example. Like this prop is one of the better props last year. But we had terrible ones like Young He and Night Owl, which didn't do much for me. So let's keep playing the video. So Valak the Nun was just solid, was not terrible. But props that really did not fit the theme, and the lighting was not the best. I would tell you that already. The lighting was not as very good either. So Bullseye, I did not care for. It just spinned. So I'll show you this stuff. I liked how Valak lunged right at you, but something I thought it would be a little bit bigger, Valak, honestly, last year, but it's still a good prop. Alright, this one. Bullseye. So I didn't think it was too creepy, honestly. That was the only thing I didn't think about it. And you know what I said about the McDonald's toys and stuff and giant Happy Meal toys? Well, this one's kind of like that. Bright paint job. Not really scary. I think they could have done a little bit better. And notice one thing here, no blood and gore. Wonder why. Terrible prop anyhow. Probably one of the worst actually. Still a bad prop. Something I did like about the theme though was pulling the trigger thing. Now that was cool. How the floor vibrated. That was cool, but other stuff I didn't like. Now, the props in here were good besides Mutant Sewer Rat, okay? Like, I'll be showing you that. Sitting Scarecrow, a classic scary prop that I'd say pretty good. I know they put most sorts had scary Sitting Scarecrow, but the video shows the classic. Now that would be a good prop, but not Mutant Sewer Rat. But Electrified Corpse returning was a big deal for most people. I might just spend my money on that this year since I didn't get it last year, if there's any stores that still have it. If they have leftovers, I'll probably get this one this year, since this would also be a great deal for my theme this year. Like, part of it, I mean, last year we had the laboratory part, which I did not have that for, but I did have some cool stuff last year. So let's keep going. So here's Mutant Sewer Rat. So a prop that probably didn't fit in there at all, really, that would be very scary. The whiskers were fine. I think it could have been done a little better, but I still thought it was okay. Yeah, not the best, not the worst. I did like the hologram up there, though, of Jack the Reaper. That was pretty cool, of him doing the wires. Now, that was something I did like, but I just didn't care for some of the stuff, so I'll show you the hologram. So now, I liked how it like exploded the wires and stuff on Jack. That was pretty cool, but now we're going to show you the phone part. I liked the phone. It did talk on here, but when you went in an actual store, you really couldn't hear it because they either had the music super loud or kids and people were screaming usually. That was probably a big factor. So now these are some props on the side here. So monkey business, all right. Here's my thoughts. Let's see if I can zoom in on here. No, I cannot zoom in, but Backbend Bonnie, all right. My thoughts. Now that was a good prop. That was one of the better animatronics. Easily the second best, actually. I would say the second best from last year. There's only one better than that, but I'm not going to tell you right now. So I liked it. It was a vampire. Kind of brings back memories of Broken Spine Girl. But this one just was pretty good. Monkey business. All right, so it was literally a clown, which we've had enough of. No blood and gore, which is a big disaster. Just has thing that pops out. All right, the monkey. All right, he did not have blood and gore. The same thing. Could have done better on it, but they didn't. All right, here we go. Here's a better prop. This was the best from last year easily. Fire Demon. Okay, so this one I would have no problem with returning. I don't think there's really anything bad to say about this prop. I think this one stands out well, and I don't think there's anything extra to say about this one. I think it's well done. I think they did good on that one. I don't think there's any concerns about this animatronic at all. So here's some of the mid props over here. except maybe Sinister Strawman was obviously good, but Twisted Grandma was mid. Headcase Harry was mid. But let's talk about them. We'll pause each prop. So here's Headcase Harry. You literally pressed a button and then it said stuff, which I liked this one. It was fine. It was mid. Like, I wouldn't say it was terrible, but wasn't stupid, okay? So it had phrases and talked. It at least had some blood and gore on it, which was fine, but we have now Twisted Grandma. Little thing about this one that I kind of think it's about. Kind of reminds me of Granny. You know this horror game, video game, Granny? There's a bunch of games of it now that are out. People play and stuff and challenge themselves. Try to beat it. Like, I've beaten it a bunch of times before. Like, probably like, I can't tell you the last time I've lost in it. I still play it to this day, and it's a pretty good game. I could challenge myself in extreme mode to beat it. Alright, back to Spirit Halloween, okay? So, like, this is similar to the Granny from the video game, so it's a little bit friendly when it talks, but then it's scary after that. It doesn't have a bat, though. That's another thing. I think this would be a suggestion from us to do, would be to add, like, actual actually add us Granny Spirit Halloween animatronic. I think that would be pretty cool, actually. Holding the baseball bat and it would talk, and then it would be a jump scare or something. That'd be pretty cool and lunge forward. That's just a suggestion. Let's unpause it. Now, another thing, I liked how it was actually detailed and creepy. The blood and gore was good on inside. It looked just scary. That was a good one. It looked old too. So Sinister Strawman, another morph of Mr. Dark. A good prop as well. Liked it. Alright, now we got the back section. The two worst props of last year. Some of the two worst props. So I will just talk about them from here. So Night Owl didn't really do much for me. He just flapped his wings and made noise, which was just not a good thing, really. It was not my favorite. It was just not a very good animatronic, actually. It could have done better, but they didn't. And Trick or Treat Pete, they never had the candy go down, which was a thing. They had blood and gore. It just didn't stand out to me. It was scary enough. And I think by now you all know what Jumping Spider does, so I don't think we need to talk about that one. And then there was like an exit thing, which after that there were like props and stuff, which on there, which I thought was cool, but I thought they would have animatronics after that. But overall, this theme was just not my favorite. I think they could have done better on it. Alright, so now we're going to go to some of our better themes from Spirit. So some of the old days. But first, we need to go to a better year out of the last 3 years. I'll show you 2023, and I'll show you what was good and stood out to me. Let's start this over again. It went too fast. Here we go. So, first off, the theme was pretty cool. I like the props, just not stilts, okay? So, we're gonna pause it when it goes to stilts. So here we go, stilts. A clown. Now, this prop was not my favorite, really wasn't. This was probably the worst in-store prop. I did not like it. It was kind of like those giant Happy Meal toys or something. And how did I get this advice from? These people that say giant Happy Meal toys? Well, that would be Haunt Former, okay? So this just twists, it's not a very cool one. It's Definitely not. Just has blood on bowling pins straight off. Not a good look. Really was just not a scary prop. I think it could have done anything better than what it did. Okay. And Leatherface. Pretty Women Leatherface. Now, that one was, I don't know what to really say about this one. I thought it was cool or whatever, but I think the chainsaw was cool. Now, some of these props were not good, but this one was one of the better looks to Spirit. So let's keep going. All right, the Martian alien was good, just good, okay? It could have had the mist coming out of the gun, but it never happened in this door. So like, it could have had the mist coming out of the gun, but just didn't. It just didn't. It was good, just could have been a little better. The Widow, okay, this one was also good. All right, just Stilts was probably the only really bad one that year. Now, the lighting was good that year too, okay? I liked the Widow, that was a good prop. I liked how it bent its head, I'll show you that now. And it made the crack sound. That was probably the best part easily. I will be showing you more themes after this one, the good ones, the really good ones. So now, we're off to one that's not good, okay? Not bad, not terrible, just bad. All right? So just bad. I don't know really. It doesn't look scary, but he's fine. I'm okay. It's like the teeth. Now that's the part I don't like, but it could have been a little creepier and had some blood and gore to it. That would have made it a little bit scarier. That's all it would have done. And then after it jumped, it would have said something scary after that. That's all I think it could have done to improve. All right, the hologram, another cool effect to 2023. So I'll show you it first before I talk. All right, so this is where Scary Sitting Scarecrow gets introduced, which this version I didn't like as much the original, the one right next to me here, which I think that one's better, but I'll show you this. Slim, I thought was not very good, but that's just me. All right, now we got the back theme, which was well done. Darling Dolly was fine. Eternal Rest I didn't like. Let's just get in here. I don't think you want to hear me. Yeah, I won't shut up, but I'll show you more of this now. Halloween Spirit was good. Hellspawn was good. And the Gargoyle was good. So I'll jump into there now. So here's Eternal Rest. Here's what it did. Kind of like a twitching banshee sounds. So, Darling Darling, just jump scare. That was good. I like the Gargoyle. That was pretty cool, scary sounds. Halloween Spirit was cool. It made noise. Another Mr. Dark version. It was a jump scare. It's Hellspawn, yeah. Something I don't understand about this prop is how it says "get out of my graveyard." That's the only thing I don't understand about it. But that's it. The triggers to things were also cool for like the gates for the jumping spider for it to jump. That was pretty cool. Desmodus was cool. Little Skelly Bones was cool. Gordo, alright. My thoughts, mediocre. I thought it was just mid, okay? It just didn't really do much for me. Blackheart, that was good. Alright, and returning Grave Watcher was huge as well. Now, we are going to jump into the big stuff now. Are you ready for some of the big themes that we are going to show you the walkthroughs and the stuff? So, starting when it was super scary, we are going to go back to 2011 and show you it. I'm sorry I don't have the thing for 2013, because this is just not, doesn't have it. But I will show you the 2011 theme starting first. And then I'll show you it. Okay, let's go full screen. Here we go. So let's start talking. So Ghostface was a good prop. I liked how it had the phone like in the movie. I liked Reagan. That was a really good one, how it twists its head. Compared to the 2022 one, this one would win. Got Frankenstein, that was a good one. Alright, the zombie baby swing, that was pretty cool there. They all talked. I'm going to talk during the video instead of always pausing. I think that's going to help a lot. You see how they were way scarier back then? Now the eyes don't even look like that. I'm going to talk during it so I can show you tell. See, these things look a lot creepier now and they don't. This is the one I screwed up the other day. Lunging vampire. Really good prop there. Now classic jumping spider. Now that will always be a spirit. Now that returns every year, but this thing was cool. Flesh eating zombie. Zombie wasteland was a really good theme. Sorry about that noise. That's just some rodent. It's a kid upstairs. Got this prop was another good prop. Demonica, the red glowing eyes. Ooh, that was part of the fun. See how most of these props just were a lot scarier? I'm going to now say my things. I thought it was a good theme, actually. I think it just could have been better. No, not better. I think it was good. All the props, everything. A lot scarier, too. So, now we're going to go to the Terror Mill, which this was really a good theme. So, let's talk while the video is going on. Here we go. So, here was a really good theme. I'm going to pause here for a quick sec. I liked this prop. It was a static prop. I know it was a static, but I really liked it. The zombie, female zombie girl, that was a really cool static prop. The old static props that were scary and didn't talk were really creepy back. They always scared the heck out of people. And now they don't. So that was a really good prop. That would have fit my theme actually last year if I put it in my cemetery. So let's unpause and talk. Said this thing was pretty scary. And then the zombie babies there. I feel like 2012 was actually the scariest year. Which is good, actually. That's why it was so good. So that was Rosemary. That was a good prop. This one was good. I forget what it's called, but that was a pretty cool prop. I don't think there was a single bad prop here either. See, this is Death Row. He was the one that... It was head-banging zombie, which was a really good one. I liked how they could have had fog come out of the mill, but I don't think it did. And then they had the really super scary zombie babies, which were always a good factor. And the evil teddy bears. Why couldn't we forget? So you had them on their blood and stuff, stabbing that teddy bear. That's pretty cool. And I forget what that one's called, but don't really know any of these zombie baby names. Because I didn't really like Spears much back then, but Daddy Teddy, that was one of the bears. I liked that one. I liked how it stabbed himself, which was a pretty scary feature. I could sleep with those tonight if I wanted to, even. But yeah, I just sleep with nothing. I don't sleep with stuffed animals. I just sleep by myself. Things like, yeah, nothing scares me. I could literally get up in the middle of the night and scare people if I needed to. All right. Now, I'm gonna show you a different theme. Same year. All right. No, let's actually go to something else. We're done with that theme. Let's go to no, that's not what we want actually. So we're just gonna show you every theme and scary ones. House of Horrors. Let's show you that one now. We're gonna have thoughts about them and then props. This was cool. I liked how the creature thing jumped up and scared you behind the pumpkin. That was something I really liked about that. Ghost Girl, that was pretty cool. Reagan, that was something we should bring back. It said that in the 2022 one, it didn't have the scary glowing eyes on it though. That's the only thing they didn't have, which I don't understand why they don't do this anymore. Wicked Witch of the West, another good prop. A little phantom up there was cool. Now this was the middle theme in 2012. That was another good part. All right, we don't want to show you that stuff. All right, the barn. Here we go. A full screen so I can show you the stuff. Turn up the volume a little bit. Let's turn up the max so you can hear it. These were some good props here too. Which I don't understand why they don't do this anymore. Which they should make more of these. I don't understand why they don't. Like, these were really good props. Zombie Swing Girl is a classic. Harvester. This was another cool effect. Okay, got blood spitting werewolf. The werewolves were a big thing of 2012, which they don't do anymore. Limb Ripper, huge one that returned 2017, which that was a good one there. those are some other cool effects. The lighting, oh, I almost forgot. The lighting was a huge feature back then, which they don't do anymore. Like the Limb Ripper's lighting, that's pretty cool. And it shows the shadows. That really reflects a lot. The torch lights were cool. Did like Harvester, he was a cool prop. I noticed all these they didn't have all these step pads, there were buttons you pressed instead. And the theme was more detailed and more scary. I don't know about this year, but this year's theme's pretty scary too. So now we're gonna show you some of the 2013 displays. Let's show you the, since we all have 2013, I will talk to you about it instead after this video after the clown train, okay? Actually, yeah, after clown train, we'll talk about it. No, after Haunted Mansion, my bad, yeah. So we'll talk during this one. Starting off, we had Miss Fortune Teller, that was a cool prop. The red eyes were cool, how it was cool, how it wasn't scary in the beginning, and then it turned scary after that. Alright, Whack-A-Mole, we returned 21, which was a really good prop too. So the hammer, he was scary, which was another good one there. Here's where we are going to pause it for a second. Okay, so Dead Humor, alright, that was a prop that year too, which will be also returning this year. It probably does the same thing. I might consider buying that one this year, even if I'm not doing a clown theme haunt. Okay, just to put it to scare people, because I think like a scare like right by the lawn would be a really good feature. Yeah. Everyone's gonna get so scared. They're gonna get jumped right when they're coming in. Man, that would be a great effect, but I don't know if we're allowed to do that or not. I don't know, but our development's so strict and stupid. I don't know. Okay, so let's go keep watching this. So Bloody Bag of Jokes, that was another good one. So that was Silent and Deadly, who did return online last year. Or the year before that. Which was another cool one. And these eyes on the archway was an illusion. Which was something else that was cool. Like you were stuck in its trap forever. That was another one. Now we got the Haunted Mansion. This Butler, that was cool. So I had the fire. Look how scary it was too. Pause it here for a second. So Grave Watcher was one of my favorites that year. I liked. And this is the 2013 Grave Watcher over here, actually. I don't know if you can really tell the difference between 2012 and 2013, but that is 2013 that I have. And it is a really cool prop too. And yeah, I will tell you this right now. 2 years ago, I have a little story to tell you about Grave Watcher. So I was going to get the 2023 Grave Watcher, Spirit Halloween, Strongsville, Ohio. But some random YouTuber stole them and took them for a little giveaway or something. I bet I will tell you already, I know who did it too. That other Nate guy on YouTube. He is not my favorite. I don't like him because of what he did. Because I was waiting all week to get that prop to the 50% off sale, so I didn't. So I just bought a jumping spider. What a waste of my money, right? Waiting all week to get a prop and just not to get it? That's pretty bad, isn't it? Alright, back to the video. That's a good prop as well. Alright, so they also... Now, yeah, we're not pausing here. Those demon babies were cool. That one's more scary. Jumping snake. Now those are kind of weirder props, but that was a cool feature. The evil grandma, that was another cool part. Pumpkin nester, which I do have this one, but it's just not in here right now. I have it somewhere else. This Reaper was cool, but I have green eyes. Alright, now I will be talking to you about the clown train. Now, since there's no video, I'll just talk to you about it. So, the clown train was different. So, there was more like, they had themes like, they had convulsing nurse who went back and forth, forward and back. Yeah, that's what I meant, forward and back, leaned forward and back. And also they had Death Row, that was another good prop too, who was in an electric chair. And there was also the zombie boy, man. We had the limb-eating zombie boy, that was another good one. We had the female zombie returning that year. The zombie babies was a big one. I think that's all I remember. I'm gonna also tell you another thing they had in those old years, which they don't have now. They had the lawn scares, so like gnomes and stuff, scary gnomes, which was huge. The scary gnomes was huge too. So now we are gonna jump to 2014 for you to show you this stuff now. Oh yeah, and there's also no last chance gas. So I'm actually going to talk to you about that one first, since that one was the best theme that year. So, last chance gas, okay? So, Barnyard Butcher, easily the best prop in 2014. I liked how it was a scarecrow holding a knife in someone's head and had scary things, which he said really creepy things. Like, he said things like, you know how I'm holding a knife instead of a chainsaw? As it takes longer, and then laughed after that. I think that was something creepy and cool about that. Alright, so, and then I will show you an animatronic demo on that one later, too. Same with Forest Demon, since he was the best. But we're not in 2017 yet, so let's jump to some other props that we had returning stuff. I think we're gonna now go to 2014 ruins now. Let's go to the ruins. Alright, let's talk. So, lighting in this video might not be as good, that's fine, but let's talk. So, I liked the fresh kills, that was something I liked. Also, the lighting was cool in the, like, theme, like the projections. Let's show you it. I'm gonna talk during the video. So, your props were still good. Look at that, it's pretty cool. Turn that one. Switch was really good. See how most of these are scarier? These were a lot better, but now they're not. Those props were pretty cool. Alright. Nope. We already did this, didn't we? Yep, we did. I totally screwed up. Here we go. 2014, The Attic. That book was a really cool effect. But we got a lot of these ones. The Scientist, cool. The Mask went lift down, scary. The Scary Girl, Bugging Spine Girl. Peekaboo Penny. And we also had Lunging Lily come out in that year too. I will be showing you every theme though from 2011 to 2024 now. So, I mean, except 2023 though. So now we're gonna show you these ones first. So we're trying to make this video at least an hour because we're trying to make some hour videos for people who have more of a movie to watch if they want to. So let's watch Spirit Swamp Tours. Here we go. Starting with the witch. 2 witches in the front, which are cool. The lighting was cool. Swinging little skelly bones was really good. I'm just gonna pause this for a second to talk about like how the in Little Skelly Bones was in Spirit Halloween the movie. Now, this is one of the big essential animatronics of all time from Spirit. They put him in the movie, okay? Just saying that. The Cerberus, which I also have used in haunts. These pop-up zombie, that was they always have to have jumping spider in there too. Creepy rising doll. Just clarifying here. They had such cool stuff. I thought that when I first saw it, I thought it was attached to the theme, but it wasn't. So here we go. Alright. Harbinger Hell. That was a good one. Where it was Devil talking, some really scary stuff. Alright. I'm gonna have to pause if we get here. Here we go. Got all the zombies. Smoldering Zombie was the best prop in 2015. I have them. Got the static props. We had Twitching Banshee that year, which came out. I like that one. Antique Doll. The projections. 2 antique dolls. Lunging Lily. And the Shotgun Zombie. Alright. Clock Tower, which had some insanely cool props as well. The 2 gargoyles. We're not going to name the returning ones, so. Attack Spider. Here we go. That was pretty good there. Smoldering Zombie Groundbreaker. I'm doing the action right from my chair. Swinging Scarecrow. Big props I have. That one was cool. So now I have the Sitting Scarecrow, which was the same one as this one. Hay Barrel Popper, whatever it's called. That pumpkin is pretty cool. Alright. That's cool. And that's when we had Fogging Skull Pile, which was another good animatronic. Alright. Here's the best prop this year. Howling Werewolf. All the cool hanging things up there first. Howling Werewolf, ready? Here. That was just such a good prop. I just have it. I know we also don't have the hotel, so I'm gonna also talk to you about that one. So the hotel had some stuff too. They had creepy roaming bear, antique doll, and the antique clown. They also had Rising Reaper. You had hotel like bells that activated the props. The TV was pretty cool. They also had Twitching Banshee come back and return for another year in a row. They had Electrified Corpse, probably one of the best props that year. It recently returned last year, so I might try to get the 25 version of it too. So I have 2 Electrified Corpse. And yes, I know I clarified this earlier about Grave Watcher, but yes, I do have 2 versions of that too. The 2023 version I have in the same room too, but I just don't show it as much because it's somewhere else in this room. Alright, so now we're going to talk about other stuff with 2016. So they also had some that clown, I forget what it's called, but there was that. And the Boogeyman, that was another one. So that was overall a good theme. Now let's head to 2016. I'm going to start off with the Spirit Halloween Hollows. Here we go. Shot Forest Demon. Yeah, I should probably pause it here, because this is going to be a big one. Because not just is it my favorite of that year, it's my favorite of all time. Yes, I just said it. It's my best and favorite of all time from Spirit Halloween, which I have got to tell you that it was worth it, and I paid the money for it. I know I don't have it in this room. It's because I have it in my bedroom. I like it so much that it's in my bedroom. Alright, so yeah, I'm not going to take a picture of it because it's none of you guys' business. Alright, so let's show you. And also Limb Ripper returned that year. I think we clarified that already, so let's show you. Limb Ripper was another good prop. Screeching Bat. Menacing Molly to the side. This is pretty scary. Hanging Hell Fiend. Another one.
What a mouth-watering aroma. You smell like fear.
Deadly Roots. It's a tree, which did fit the theme. Too bad I can't do it this year with that. Tricycle Doll. Menacing Molly, which I liked. Or was fine, I don't remember. Campfire Zombie. The Towering Clown, which was cool too. Just didn't fit the theme. That was the only thing I didn't like about it. It would have been better in 2024 to have in the theme, and 2013, but it wasn't. It was Screaming Scarecrow. Ghostly Swing. The Ghostly Swing. Which was the worst? Yeah, it was. because it just talked, which wasn't my favorite. Pumpkin stack. And here's Forest Demon again for you guys, which had multiple phrases.
So, am I as scary in person as I am in your nightmares? Do you dare sleep knowing I am near?
So he was my favorite of all time. I will be clarifying that 100 more times with you. So yeah. So Area 31. We're not doing full screen anymore since to make this quicker. Here we go. Area 31. It's a cool theme. Electrified corpse with the theme. The worst prop that year was fogging basement doors. I not like. You walk through this theme. I like that. It's really a good feature there. Jumping spiders. Electrified corpse. That was one that really fit the theme. The lighting was good. Basement doors are not the best thing there. The Area 31 capsule. The fog you can connect to it made noise. The alien, which I still have that stuff. Levitating girl. That did not fit the theme, but it's still pretty cool animation for it, considering they had stuff to his theme, which was pretty cool. So yeah, this prop it's also scary. Jump scare, the alien stuff. Forget what it's called, but some of these props were pretty cool. These props also fit the theme. So that was this alien skeleton on top was pretty cool. This is the 2018 Spirit Acres farm. We're showing you everything now, so you know everything about what I think about them for the last years. And that will be done. So Looming Straw Man, my favorite that year. Flying, and then we have the worst prop being Flying Vulture. Yeah, now this is the last time we actually have Michael Myers prop in a store. Nightmare Harvester, which some people think that was the best. That one's good too, though. Okay, I'll shut up for you to that part.
Go ahead, take a good
Farm? Now, this one was not my favorite. It was fine. Okay. Cocoon's corpse fit the theme well. Spiders, remote control spider. Pumpkin patch prowler. Which move back and forth. Constant motion, that's a really good prop. Sitting scarecrow, that's another good one there. Which outfit the theme. Now, these did not really fit the theme. Another one it's one of my favorite clowns from the mid to late 2010s. Hugs the Clown. Towering Clown. I like the laughter. That was one of my favorite phrases that it did. Now we are going to move to the barn house for you guys to see. Let's pause that. I need to pause. The farmhouse, here we go. Here's the jumping spider. He had Empty Soul Girl on a Swing, which I have. Man's Possessed Friend Bubba. Yeah, we did not mean to do that. Which we have right over here. Alright, let's get back into the video. Where were we? Right here, yeah. We got those twins. So we're seeing every one of these. Menacing Molly. Yeah, a lot of good grabbing props. Rocking Horse Dolly. Or whatever that one was called. And then we got the where we walk in there. Lost Her Way. They had screaming in there too, which was pretty scary. Alright. Another good theme now. Here's where now we're at Pennywise is the best Pennywise ever. Rusty. We're gonna have to start this over again because I had to talk with people about this shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear, okay? Meant to mean this crap or whatever. That's still bad, but I'm not gonna swear again, okay? So if any kids heard that, that was by accident. That's by accident, okay? Now let's start over. Out of breath. Got Rusty was pretty cool there. Best Pennywise prop from Spirit, in my opinion. Collector. That one is cool. Jack Straw. Alright, I'm going to say this first. So, none of the animatronics in 2019 did fit the theme, okay? Now, that is the bad part. But, the good part is the part where all the props are scary. The lighting was good too, so can't really say much about that. So let's go back. No, yeah, like the jumping spider that jumped out of the hole was pretty good. So, also liked how Sing Scarecrow is in a certain spot. It turns Cerberus. Crouchy was a good prop. It wasn't terrible, but it looks like he could have horns coming out of his head. Torso is good. So they had these props. Sam and Arctic Dragon. And Cocoon Corpse. And Hugs the Clown. So now they're gonna go to Reaper's Wharf. I mean, yeah, which is the back in the aquarium. Now that was the worst prop that year. Bloodthirsty Betty. Betty. Okay. Demonic Dahlia will fit last year's theme, but could fit this year's. Experimental Eddie. Abandoned Annie. Double Trouble. Scary one. My favorite was Waving Wally that year. I like that clown. That was a good one, which I have. Here we go. He had the walkthrough and the theme, which interests me a lot. I like the shark that bit the glass. Watch that. That was something that was a cool effect. I know this video's been going on for over an hour, but we are going to get through all these themes first Of course, they don't have the 2026 one out, but we're going to get through all these themes first, and then we'll be done, okay? I'm sorry this is a long video for all of you people who don't watch our videos, but this will be the first time and maybe just the only time I'll make our videos. So I hope that's enough, okay? So let's go to Jack's cave.
You don't want to wake up my mother.
Which, this was a terrible prop right here.
Can you keep a secret?
Alright. Harvester of Souls, which was my favorite that year. You got the, what's it called, the, sewer violent, Nightcrawler, similar to one this year. Carnival Creeper, I think it's called, yeah. And they had Miserable Marie,
You look so scared. Everyone in the graveyard just
and this one was not a good one either. This is not a good look for Spirit. Alright, Reaper's Island with the fire on top. Crouchy again. The Butcher was a good one. Alright, let's show you this stuff. Punctured Pete with that thing in his stomach. Pennywise. That was a good one too. Sam was good.
You calling a clown? You don't know who you're messing
No, that one's not my favorite at all. The Red Jumping Spider that year. Jackstraw returned that year. I think everyone knows that though.
It's all fun and games.
Returned from 2010.
So,
Uncle Charlie. Peekaboo Clown was a good prop. Okay, that was a scary deal. So that was a good theme too, just not Johnny Punk. He was the only disaster. So going now to 2021, then 2024 and 22, and then we're done. Alright, so let's start the factory lineup. So Mr. Howell. This is when lighting started to get bad. Alright. See how you see people in there? I'm sorry that people are in this. Again, this wasn't made by me. This was made by Spirit. They couldn't avoid, I guess. So you might see haunters in this. If you see Jaden Bush, don't question me or any person in there, which you probably will. You might have saw Jaden Bush. So there's Beetlejuice. They haven't had before. Henry Hustle. This is a good one. I don't know what the best prop was that year. I would say Mr. Howell was, or Mr. Dark. I don't know which one. So, good one. Punctured Pete returning. The Buzzsaw. I might go flagship this year. I don't know yet. A Black Jumper. That was a good prop. Nightcrawler. Yeah, Pumpkin Carvomatic, which they start off as regular pumpkins and turn out as jack-o'-lanterns. Grim, that was another prop that I liked. Which that was. Now they got the chains you went through, which made noise, I think, when you went through the tunnel. If I can't forget. Sorry you see Haunt Former's back, but that's fine. We had the show. We had Trick or Treat and Sam, and Shorty, which I didn't like either. Shorty. I don't like this. I like this one. We are gonna now show you the factory floor. Here's the floor. Again, there's people in here. I'm sorry if there are. So that was Mr. Dark. I think that one was my favorite, actually. Mr. Dark, yeah. Or Mr. Howl. I really don't know. Let's go with this one, though, for now. It was a confusing decision because they're both really good. That was Experiment number 4. That was the worst. Won that year, $100, but I didn't like it at all. Corn Night Stalker or Corn Stalker, I forget what it's called. Yeah, Night Stalker. Is that one? That was Night Terror. Caretaker.
It will be the last thing you ever see. Right before I seal your coffin for your eternal slumber.
Jumping Spider. Always there.
Look at me.
Yeah, Harvester's Souls return there.
Now that I have you, your soul will be mine forever.
It's also returned in stores.
I just love
And then Wacky Mole comes back for 2021.
better watch out for
I like the lighting by him, but yeah, lighting was started to get bad that year. You got whatever this one was called, I forget. Yeah, it's scary. Reaper behind it. It's pretty cool. Evelyn Leach, which I did not like that one, okay? Now that's one I didn't like, okay? So now let's go to the J Reaper's Monster Laboratory. That was the worst one that year, Possessed Pumpkin. Lord Raven. Don't know what the worst was that year. Best that year was, Young Crouch. That is probably a joke. Projections, the hologram was something I did like about the theme that year. Night Terror, Tombstone Terror, that was terrible. That actually is the worst. Tombstone Terror. I'm gonna go with that instead. Mr. Punchy was not good either because it's not scary. Dog Zombie is good. Here's the back thing. And that Reagan, which is easily not as good as 2011's. Bag of Bones. Or Lucky Bombs is the worst. Nozzles. Here's the walkthrough, which I thought was pretty cool with all the holograms in there. Or it vibrated in there, but there. So I'm gonna choose what the best was that year, and I'm gonna go with Lord Raven, okay? I know there were a lot of bad props that year, but I would say Lord Raven. And now we'll end with 2024. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to the carnival.
Ghostface was probably a good one. Projections were cool. Dark Princess. You shot the gun and the prop did stuff. Yeah, the cremator. It's scary saying Scarecrow. They had Bobby Springs.
With this ring,
These
I
ones.
ask you to be mine.
Spirit went viral on 24, didn't it?
You may kiss
Yep.
the bride.
The gray jumping spider and Barnaby the bear. There's the projections, no, the holograms in here with Silent and Deadly. Nibbles, Wanda Webworth, which this one tracked to. Wanda, and Cotton Candy Dan. Yeah, use the Wheel of Fate. So now I'm going to say talk now at the end. So I know these props. I'm going to clarify one more thing. I don't like clowns because they're big giant monsters. Okay, you know, something I don't like because some of these clowns look like they could have it's coming out of their head, a freakish monster. And they're giant Happy Meal toys now too. So something, and they're supposed to have a little bit of smile and look cool, not scary, and then turn evil. And like Crackles is a good prop for this year, like that. Okay, in the beginning. So yeah, I would say that one's the best clown this year. It's a good clown. I'm more thrilled about props like Waving Wally, Wacky Mole, and Silent and Deadly though. I would say, okay. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this video up. But I always say that we might be making some tours pretty soon. But of course, we are gonna wrap this up now, and hopefully this video comes to a great close. And I hope all of you loved this video. It was fun, and I hope to have more fun about this.